Luke Dittman here with Racing X, and it's a pleasure to be joined by Jimmy Orman up in Hong Kong in front of the iconic Jockey's room. Mate, take us back to the start. So how did you get into racing? I know you're a bit of a gymnast and love the ponies. So how did racing come about for you?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on Racing X one. Thank you. And yeah, this is my spot here in Sha Tin. We're sitting, so it's good to be here. Take you guys behind the scenes here. But how it all started, gymnastics was my background. I did that for 10 years, and I think pony club as well, and that sort of got me into the racing. I had to, it got to the stage in my life as a young kid where I wanted to make money, and it was like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do it.
It's a good way to do it,
yeah,
mate.
Gymnastics isn't going to do it, So started less pony club, more looked into the horse racing side of things, and started off riding. And to be honest, I would have been happy just riding in Toowoomba my whole life, really. When I first started off, that was like,
you're a long way from there, mate. You're a long way from there now.
That was the first goal. So yeah, when I first started off, there was no really high expectations, but yeah, just kept improving and kept getting more and more support, and it helped.
So started off at Gatton with your old girl.
Yep.
And then where did it take you from there?
Yeah, so we started at Gatton, apprenticed with my mum, who only had sort of, I think, when she first started off 3 horses, and we ended up with about sort of 10 horses while I was there. So she got a little bit bigger, and that was great. She supported me and let me keep my 25%, which was great. After that, I moved to Brisbane. But in between that, I was going to Toowoomba and riding track work for other trainers, and then moved to Brisbane. I wasn't really with any set trainer, but I rode for Kelly Schweeder a lot, and then eventually sort of spread my wings out and got in with a lot of other trainers and got lots of support off Tony Gollan and Chris Waller, and that helped build me to be able to win a few premierships in Brisbane.
Yeah, starting on those premierships, so obviously had a lot of success in Brisbane, and then the move to Hong Kong. So how did that actually come about, and what was the process behind it?
Yeah, so basically I did apply years ago to come here and ride in Hong Kong and got knocked back, so then I just thought I'd just leave it, and what will be will be. Hopefully I can build my resume up and hopefully get thought about again. I ended up winning I think I'd won 1 premiership before I applied. Then I come out and won 2 more. And I was just riding consistently in Brisbane, and basically, well, unfortunately for a few jockeys here, there was a bad fall. There was actually 2 falls in the one day, and 4 jockeys got out injured. And I was lucky enough to get called up, and basically
got to take your opportunities when you can get them.
Yeah, that's it.
When you first got here, obviously it's the epicenter of racing around the world. What was that eye opener for you, and was it a culture shock?
It was a little bit. It was, when I first came here, it was initially just for 6 weeks. But after my first few rides, I thought it's very similar to after riding at Happy Valley, and here it's very similar to what I'm used to at home. Tight tracks. Happy Valley, obviously a tight track, which we get a lot of in Queensland. But so
are we talking Kilcoy tight? Or
yeah, Kilcoy tight. Yeah. So after riding a few times at Happy Valley, I realised that it's very similar to what I'm used to at home. The races are run at fast speed and tight, and yeah, I feel like I fitted in pretty well.
And your schedule up here, obviously it's less stressful on sort of your racing regime, but are there things that you do to fill in your days? Is there always something going on?
Yeah, there's always something going on, but track work is a big thing here. We're always galloping horses that we're going to be riding on race day. So we'll be riding track work Monday through to Saturday. Could be 2, 3 gallops, might only be 1. Maybe some days we might get a morning off, but and then there's obviously a lot of trials as well. But yeah, only racing twice a week, so we get a lot more spare time, which is great. And yeah, like obviously the lifestyle is there's a lot more time spare time for us as a jockey here in Hong Kong.
How do you handle that sort of media pressure too? Because as we say, there's a lot of spotlight media wise, and you're obligated to do a lot of things. Is it hard work, or is it just sort of turn up and business as usual for you?
Yeah, just turn up and just try and keep everyone happy as best we can, basically.
And talking about the riders up here, riding with those elite jockeys, how has it improved your riding, and what do you find the differences were from when you left Australia to who you are now?
Yeah, I've been asked that question a lot, and it's hard to tell, if I have improved. Everyone says after riding in Hong Kong they're a better rider. I'd like to think I have, but only time will tell when you go home and see your results when you go home. But I'd like to think I've improved riding with, Purton and Bowman and those sort of riders. And the best part about Hong Kong is you've got a range of jockeys from all over the world. You've got French riders in Alexia Bedell and Maxine Guyman's here sitting across from us. And then you've obviously got, Andrea Atzini, and then the Australians, myself, Brenton Abdallah, and Hugh Bowman. Got Purton, who's been here for a number of years. So there's a massive diversity of jockeys, and I think that's probably what makes the racing so competitive and probably what makes you learn new things.
Yeah. Do the boys help you here? Is it a camaraderie, or is it sort of every man for themselves?
Yeah, pretty well every man for themselves. There's if you don't know what you need to know by the time you come here, you're
found out pretty quick, don't you?
You're in trouble. So yeah, it's every man for themselves. And obviously, when I first got here, I got help with the tracks and managers, and that helped get some rides.
Getting on that, how do you handle being able to find your own rides? Like, obviously in Australia you have a manager and you sort of let them do that job, but over here you got to fight for your own rides. Is it difficult for you, or was it an easy thing to switch over to?
Still, yeah, pretty difficult, to be honest with you. It's still getting used to it, but it makes you a better person of watching races and analysing on what you want to try and chase for. But I've always said I like to think I'm good at trying to pick the ride, but getting on the horse is another thing.
That's always the difficult part, mate. Making the phone call is the hardest part.
Yeah, like I'll message for the rides, but getting on them is another thing. But because usually there's 5 or 6 other jockeys trying to get on them as well.
And how do you handle that? Like, obviously it's not a win situation every time you make that phone call, and it must get disheartening when you get the drag or another jockey jumps on a ride that you're on. Do you just have to sort of pull the boots up and go again and find another ride?
Just pull the boots, exactly that. You can't let it worry you. There's, you've got to just keep turning up and doing your thing. I know how competitive it is. There's a horse I rode here that I run. It's called the Auspicious, and he ran 4th and then 3rd, and then I was riding him track work, and the AT said 3 jockeys rung for the ride. So I knew I was under pressure my next ride, and I come out and won 2 on him the next 2 races. So it just goes to show those, people know when horses are ready to win. So I'm lucky I didn't get jocked off and kept the ride and won 2 more times on him. But yeah, it's, like I say, you just got to be on the ball, because if I didn't chase that ride again, there's gone. 2 winners gone, and that's the sort of thing you can't be missing out on here.
And touching on that pressure, like, how do you handle that, and how fierce is it in Hong Kong? Like, I can imagine it's 2-3 times as much as in Australia.
Yeah, exactly that. I think anywhere in the world, if you took anywhere in the world and you took a small pool of jockeys and a small pool of trainers and a small pool of horses, it's going to be ultra competitive, because you can't go across the border to ride a winner, or a trainer can't go across the border to train a winner. So
there's no B meeting here, is there?
It's just, if you're going bad here, you're going bad here. You just got to stay and try and work through it. But I think that's what makes it so competitive, and obviously because it's the best jockeys here riding here, and obviously the best trainers and that sort of thing. But that's what makes it so competitive.
Do you do anything mentally to prepare yourself for that or overcome that? Obviously every jockey has down days and you got to pick yourself up. Is there anything that you do specifically to overcome those adversities?
Not really. I just keep turning up and just try and enjoy my life, really. It's obviously there's going to be down days, and jockeys here I've spoke to some of the local riders here, and like they say, there's always quiet runs, and you just got to expect that. And that doesn't matter where you are in the world. But here it's probably going to happen a bit more than usual. But I've always been someone that I haven't really let anything like that worry me in the past, even in Australia. So I've been lucky. I just get on with my life. If things are going bad, just try and improve it.
That's all you can do, mate. Touching back on your personal growth and learning, what's something that sort of shocked you when you got here that you had to sort of reach for the next level, or something that you had to prepare and excel at to find a spot in Hong Kong? Basically,
the main thing would be coming here and being on 100-to-1 shots straight away. Which I knew was probably going to happen, but you come from riding 3 favourites in a day to coming here and riding 100-to-1 shots. But I was lucky enough in my 3rd meeting I rode a winner, and my rides picked up after that. And I believe, honestly, if I didn't get a winner, it could have been different for me. So it's obviously rely on a little bit of luck here, and I was lucky enough to get a winner, and that's what sort of helped me get going a little bit. And obviously I want to go a lot better than what I'm going at now. But yeah, that's basically, it's a bit of you got to get a little bit lucky here as well, I think.
And where does the future take Jimmy Orman?
Not sure, but we're pretty happy here at the moment. The kids are in school. Heidi's happy, and whilst the club relicenses me, and then I'll stay.
Yes, that's a little plug to get you back into next season, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
Any career highlights since you've been here?
I've been lucky enough to ride 2 doubles at Sha Tin. Last season, I rode a double at Sha Tin on Pakistan Legacy and Wonder Star for Meet Choi, and came back this season. I've ridden another double here, so that was on Bright Day and a horse called Everluck, which is a progressive horse. So yeah, look, nothing too special, but to ride a double here is not easy. It's hard enough to ride a winner, let alone 2. So I thought that was great. And also I've ridden in a couple of the Group 1 races here for John Size, which is good. So that was exciting. But we got a lot to improve on. We just got to keep
on the up.
Yeah, keep on the up.
What is that Group 1 racing like here? Obviously, you've got so many internationals flying in, plus the likes of your Purtons and Moreira's coming over. Is it ultra competitive in that regards to a next level?
Yeah, that's it. Definitely. 4 Group 1 races here, and I dare say a lot of them are going to be ridden by jockeys flying in, and overseas horses. So very competitive.
Perfect. Well, no, I appreciate your time, mate, and best of luck in Hong Kong for the rest of the season. And hopefully we can get you champion jockey next time we get you for an interview.
Yeah, hopefully that would be. We'll see.